What's up, everybody? This is Deku Palace, pretty snazzy walkthroughs. Majora's Mask. 3 hearts. That's right, we ain't getting any of the heart pieces. Though, for your pleasure and my desire to be as thorough as possible and, well, snazzy as possible with these walkthroughs, I'm gonna be getting pretty much everything else. And actually, in a couple of videos, the entire video is gonna be grabbing a couple of masks, just because some of them are ones you can't really live without, and some of them they're just convenient to get. But alright, so if you, well, right before I started footage here, there was a scene where when you started again back in front of the clock tower, you're still a scrub, you go back inside, and now that you have the ocarina, the creepy mask guy, he teaches you a song that turns your form back into a mask. So that's why we have the Deku mask on the left C stick there. And to those of you who didn't notice, since the A button is green, the B button is red, that means I'm playing this on the GameCube version, and I don't know if it was in the original, but in South Clocktown, the frame rate seems to drop a lot sometimes, or when it's raining. I don't know. I heard that in the original version of this game on the N64, you couldn't even play it unless you had like the fancy expansion pack that you have to attach to the N64 or something, because the graphics were too much for the system to handle. And okay, so the reason I came here is to get this mask, which at the exact moment it has absolutely no use whatsoever, but it plays an important role in collecting things in the temples, which I'll explain that when I actually get in the temple. But for now, I just kind of put it on for comic relief, I guess. Yeah, when I was putting it on, I was going, "Oh, I'm freaking gorgeous." Well, I wasn't exactly what I was saying. I'm trying not to talk too loud, because one, I sound more calm when I'm not loud, and two, I think my brothers are still asleep upstairs, and if I wake them up, they're just gonna come downstairs. I mean, sometimes if they come upstairs while I'm making videos, they'll stop talking. But then again, it's still weird for someone to sit there while I'm talking to myself in front of a microphone while watching myself play a game. I don't know. Well, okay, that was I was feeling a little silly there, where I kind of made a slightly wrong turn, but it's not really a problem. Alright. So, if you remember the cutscene while you're on top of the tower with Skull Kid, they're saying the 4 places you have to go, pretty much. That's what Kale was saying. I'm not sure if that's exactly how you pronounce it. But, so we have to go to the first place, which is the easiest one, the swamps. And you couldn't go out into Termina Field as a scrub, because those guards say, "Oh, you're just a tiny little scrub who can probably still kick my butt, but you don't have a sword or you're not tall enough, therefore you can't go." I mean, if you're like a Zora or a Goron, then, which are the other 2 forms, and I'll talk about the 4th form much later because it's not relevant at the moment. Yeah, if you're one of those 2 forms, he'll just let you through thinking you're responsible because you're much taller in those forms. And I forgot to do this earlier, but if you play the Song of Time backwards, it plays the inverted Song of Time, which slows down the speed of time, which is one of the most essential things to the game. Alright, so after skipping that cutscene, we're more into the swamp now. And I think I missed one of the owl statues here. Yeah, I did. Which, I believe it's somewhere near here, actually. But those owl statues, they're essentially warp points. And that's all you can really say them. I think there's one like to my right here, which I missed. So I just kind of wanted to get straight to business here, so I wanted to just cut the bull crap and just go straight to the fun here. Alright, so you can't really cross this efficiently without the DQ scrub form here, because you have to jump on the water, and assuming that you're not starting in the water and then jumping onto it, if you do his little spin attack thing before you jump, you'll gain a little bit of extra momentum, But then again, sometimes that can also be your downfall, because there's one time where I did that and I overjumped something, and then I had... Well, actually, you don't even die if you end up drowning. All it does is just take you back to not in the water. And for some reason, I wanted to go in here, which was kind of silly on my part. I don't know what. In fact, I don't even know why I'm keeping this footage in here. But I was going here because I thought I had to like talk to this person to trigger something, but I guess not. Like, you talk to her, she says, I have potions, and yeah, you don't really care. Okay, so now we're gonna venture into sort of like the Lost Woods-ish area of this game. If you remember from Ocarina of Time, the way the Lost Woods work, where you keep going, and if you make a wrong turn, it takes you back to the start. I mean, this way you can either talk to that monkey and follow him, or you could do it the easy way and memorize the path like I did. Well, actually, I went through it once with the monkey in my practice run, and then me and my friend, he wrote it down for me so I can refer to it, and that's what I did. And I don't know how he still hit me there, but whatever. So I just kind of, I did it the first time and wrote it down, simple enough. Alright, so what we're doing here is we have to save this witch lady, talk to her, and she'll say she's like a red potion or something like that. Which, that's kind of what was implying by the red in your text there. So we have to go back to her sister, and if you recognize, these are the twin Rova witches from Ocarina of Time, which, I don't know, I appreciate the fact that in Majora's Mask Nintendo, they did recycle some ideas, but they did it very tastefully. Like, they didn't just copy paste their template for a game and then just change a couple of little details. Like, I was like, this game has a pretty good plot, actually. I kind of like the plot, and there's a subplot for almost everywhere you go, and it makes sense. It's other than just go into the temple because you have to. You know what I mean? Like, you have more incentive than just... Like, the game hardly gives you much of a reason to go to the temples other than you have to gather something from all of them. But once you get to the area, you find out that there actually is a reason to go in the temple. Like, you have to save someone, or, you know. That's the way I can say it is that when you beat a temple, it solves a lot of the major problems in the area, you know? So, you're doing something good other than just collecting something. Okay, so after you give this little bag here the red potion, she's somehow recognizes that it's her sister's potion, and then she kind of chugs it down like a drunk person on Happy Night or something. Oh, Happy Hour. Why did I say Happy Night? That's a little silly. And somehow that gives her the power to materialize a broom in front of her. Alright, so what we're supposed to do now is go back to the place where you were at the first time. We'll talk to these monkeys because they're kind of relevant. They're saying, help our brother, he was like kidnapped or something by the Deku Scrubs or something like that. So basically, the Deku Scrubs in this game, they're kind of jerks, and they have their own secret society or whatever. I don't know. But we're gonna visit them in a couple minutes. Like next video is gonna be when we visit them. Alright, so see there, that's a situation where it doesn't work because I started in the water. But see, I gained a little bit of extra momentum there. So you kind of like hold yourself back a little bit when you're doing that, and then it'll be a lot much easier. Yeah. So see that big guy down there? You can't really get past him at the moment. You need to use either ram him with something, hint hint, we're kind of about to do that, or shoot him with an arrow, but at the moment we don't have arrows. Alright. So this witch, which can never remember which one's what. She runs the boating tours or whatever, and the whole point of it is you go around the swamp with a pictograph box, and you take a picture, and then that big guy over there, if you can show him your picture, and then he'll give you some money for it or something if it's good enough. Which there's really only like one picture worth taking, and all the cool ones, it doesn't matter because he only accepts pictures that were taken while you're on the swamp tour or something like that. So if say like you're outside and you want to take a picture of like one of the bosses or something, he won't accept that. Alright, so right here, something that you can do. Take a picture of this big Octorok here, and he'll give you like, I'd say like 50, I think. I don't know. Well, it's a if you ever have an incentive to turn back while you're doing this, then take that picture. But really, what I'm doing, I'm gonna get like with this recording session, I go right up to getting into the temple, and then I stop. All right, so now we're at the Deku Palace, and that's what next video is. All right, see you guys next time.